Everybody, welcome to the Homestead. So what we're going to do today is talk about the ultimate survival food, the ultimate prepper food, the ultimate homesteader food. It's a food that does not get a lot of recognition today, and I thought I'd do a video on it today because we've been growing it now for a couple years and are seeing its amazing potential. The food I'm talking about is the Jerusalem artichoke, or what some people call the sunchoke. Other people even call it the earth apple. It goes by a variety of names, but it's very productive. It's very invasive actually, but it has some great benefits. And if you can control it and grow it properly, it can be an enormous benefit to your homestead and even survival situation. So I wanted to get into that with you now and share that with you and tell you what the plans that we have for it, and just kind of, share this amazing vegetable with you guys. Okay, so here's our grow bed that we have chosen to grow these Jerusalem artichokes or sunchokes in. And what we started out with was last year just a very small patch of these, and they grew out, and then it became a bigger patch this year. And then this year we're going to harvest everything we get, and we're going to spread it out throughout the whole box this time. And then we're going to take all of those Jerusalem artichokes or sunchokes that we harvest next year and then take them to a field, a spot that we have already designated on our homestead, and grow them, a large amount of them on an entire field for the next year. So it's just it's a process that's been going on for a couple years to grow these up to an amount that we can use them to seed basically an entire field. Now, why would we do that? You see, this is an amazing plant. This amazing plant, the root of the plant provides an enormous amount of sugar. It's called inulin, and it's a type of sugar that can be used when heated up. It can be roasted, which turns the inulin into a sweet sugar, and then you can use that for fuel production, ethanol production, to make fuel. And we thought that would be a great way to be able to harvest and make our own fuel here on the homestead. And you can use it for a number of other sources, other things as well. But this plant, being as invasive as it is, it can spread to other parts of the garden. That's why I have it in a certain spot in this box that I can just keep mowing down the parts that if it escapes. But it produces so much food, and it's so invasive that you're never going to get rid of it, which makes it very valuable for a survival food source, a preparedness food source that you're not going to find anywhere else. See, long after the zombies have come on your homestead and taken and rooted out your vegetable garden and tore down your tomato plants and stripped you bare of everything that you own when it comes to food, these will be here. These will still be here and able to provide food for your family. A good source of nutrients, a good source of B vitamins, a good source of vitamin C, a good source of protein. This is an amazing plant that you're never going to get rid of, which means it's a food source that you're never going to get rid of. So check this out, the sunchokes, Jerusalem artichokes. Let's go ahead and dig some up so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we go. We're just going to stick this in here like that, underneath the roots of this plant, and just pull it out. Okay, all kinds of them. So there we go. That's a sunchoke right there. That's a sunchoke. What we'll do is just set that aside. Actually, we're going to take it and just toss it over there. Some more here. We're just going to spread these out. Lots of sunchokes. We're going to spread them out throughout this grow bed, and they will just do their thing and reproduce next year more plants. There's tons of tiny little roots in here that will make their own plants next year. Just spread those out. And if you were looking to eat these things, you just take them, brush them off, wash them off, and go ahead and prepare them. There's lots of very fine dining restaurants that serve these in soups and things that I wouldn't even dare to go out and eat at because it's just way too expensive. But this is considered one of the finer foods amongst the higher end levels of society. But really, it's an invasive plant that can produce very well for you in a survival situation. So again, we're just going to take these, spread them out. Look at all of them. There's just lots of them. Go ahead and rip that out of there. Look at that, guys. So look at all these tubers. That is food, folks. You can eat that. Wash that off, clean it up just like you would a potato, and that is an enormous amount of food for you and your family. Now imagine if you had these going for a few years and it hits the fan. You have no way to provide food for your family, but you have this amazing crop on the back 40 of your property or your back of your garden. It looks like to every other average person just a bunch of weeds every year growing up, but in actuality it's Jerusalem artichokes or sunchokes, and you have this enormous amount of reserve food in the ground just waiting for you to dig it up and eat it. So look at that. Look at that. Just all over the place. Look at that. That's a lot of food, folks. You think if we have a whole area of this, you've got some food security for your family in a grid down situation. Not only that, but you know what? When you think about the enormous potential of this plant to provide food, but also to be able to render it down into energy, like in the form of ethanol, this is an amazing little plant. From what I read online, this will produce twice as much ethanol. An acre of this will produce twice as much ethanol as an acre of corn. Twice as much. That's a lot of fuel potential. So when you're talking about a grid down situation, this could become very handy. There's a story that goes around on the internet about a guy in Sarajevo during the Bosnian War, when Sarajevo, the city, was just a mess. And the guy got his family through the crisis and the destruction of the economy by going out and tapping fir trees and rendering down the sap into turpentine that could be burned in diesel engines. And the guy traded for food this sap rendered down into like a turpentine, fermented gasoline diesel mix for food for his family, so his family could survive. That could be you with a plant like this. The story goes that with the inulin, it's different than most sugars. You have to heat this up and roast it, and then it turns the inulin into sugar, which can then be fermented into an ethanol. Also, it could be fermented into a drink, an alcoholic drink. I think it's called Topinamber. There's a company in Germany that makes the drink. There's a lot of survival in-time preparedness type uses for this little plant. I would highly recommend you getting this if you're interested in grid down situations and preparing your family to check this out. It's a great little plant, and it's never going to let you down because it's going to grow back every year. There's almost nothing that can kill it. It's immune to pests, it's immune to disease, and it's native to North America. So, all right, we're going to leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the little sunchoke, Jerusalem artichoke, or earth apple. I think you'll find a place for this on your homestead. All right, we'll see you next time on An American Homestead. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up button below the video. It really means a lot to us. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Now you can support An American Homestead by becoming a patron. Visit patreon.com/AnAmericanHomestead to see all the benefits of becoming a patron of our channel. You'll get access to private videos, pictures, and even live question and answer sessions that you can participate in. Some patrons will even receive free gifts throughout the year from the homestead. Visit patreon.com/AnAmericanHomestead to check it out and see the rewards of supporting our channel.